One of the symptoms of low thyroid function, and I think even of just perimenopause, is going to be that redistribution of weight from our booty and hips and thighs to our stomach. And that's probably when women are like, hard stop. I could deal with the brain fog. I was maybe okay with me being on the edge with my anger and rage, but you're telling me I got to put on some weight in a place that I don't want it. And then that's where I find women, they're like, listen, this belly fat, I'm not doing this. And this is when they'll come to me. And I know this is when they're coming to you as well. And I know that it's very much a comprehensive solution. Have you seen any, besides obviously perimenopause being its thing and thyroid issues being their thing, any other kind of red flags around belly fat that you are looking at?
Increased visceral fat, which is so often what that belly fat is. And that means like fat deposited on your vital organs is directly correlated with higher morbidity, higher mortality, earlier death, poorer life prognosis. I mean, it is a core measurement in medicine. It's dangerous. If we want to look at health risks, increases in that midsection fat are definitely one. And the fact that we've normalized that for women in medicine in perimenopause and menopause is not okay, right? We need to address all of those factors, whether it's inflammation, whether it's thyroid, whether it's hormone changes. We want to, again, hit this early on so that we can prevent those poor outcomes in our health that even though they're common, should not be normal.
No, should not be normal. Absolutely not. And he said, it's one of those things that are, I'm just like, it is unnecessary. I'm not doing it. And I want to talk a little bit about what you are doing in your practice around the body composition changes that are happening in midlife. And I mean, obviously dialing thyroid hormone is going to be really important, especially if that's one of the root causes of that shift in fat redistribution. That may not be enough. Obviously, lifestyle is a big player here. That should be foundational. But I'm curious to hear a little bit about what your strategy is for navigating that extra weight, that metabolic change, and what kind of success are you guys having?
I think this is such an important conversation for women because so many of us have been cast aside and have just been told, well, hey, you have this weight, eat less and exercise more, and that'll do it. And that is really not the case. I mean, there are millions of women who are eating ridiculously well and exercising ridiculously often, and they are not able to influence their weight, especially not that fat around the midsection that is so damaging to our health. And we ran into this issue at Modern Thyroid Clinic where, hey, we'd perfect people's thyroid. We'd perfect their lifestyle. They were in it to win it, working hard, and they could not lose weight. And several years ago, when GLP-1s early on started coming out for weight loss, not just for the treatment of diabetes, I dug in deep to that research and we started a program at Modern Thyroid Clinic for that category of people that until now had kind of just been disregarded and unaddressed. And we have had incredibly profound impacts with our weight loss program. So impactful. Now we are launching a nationwide version of our program called Modern Weight Loss that launches this month. And not only have we been able to reverse insulin resistance, reverse leptin resistance, fix prediabetes, but we have been able to heal these women's metabolism and make them able to successfully come off of GLP-1s, continue to live a healthy lifestyle. And instead of not seeing the return on their investment, not seeing, being unable to maintain their weight with proper exercise and nutrition, now they can. So many people in our program are able to continue to lose weight despite stopping the program once their metabolic function is healed. And a lot goes into looking at that. And that's just one aspect. In my opinion, the weight loss from our program with GLP-1s is like an added bonus. There's so much further, deeper healing that's happening with these women that has just blown my mind and excited me about medicine more than anything has since thyroid.
I love that. Well, yeah, I want to explore that a little bit. One of the things that I've seen in the literature is the reduction in inflammation, particularly brain inflammation. And I'll see that in highly sensitive CRP levels. I'll see that in symptom, alleviation. I'm not sure if this is something that you're also seeing as a kind of a side benefit. I don't know if you're even treating women specifically just to reduce inflammation with GLP-1s.
I mean, honestly, I consider our practice to be so far ahead of the game in this topic. Like one thing that we do well at Modern Thyroid Clinic is we collect data. Like we mine for a lot of data. So the studies I was seeing a year ago, even were looking at inflammatory markers after a year, HSCRP, which is that inflammatory marker. It also risk stratifies. It tells us about your risk for heart attack or stroke in the future. So it looks at things in a couple different ways. Well, we've been tracking CRP every 6 to 12 weeks from the beginning for 2.5 years now. And I've got to tell you a couple of fascinating stories about inflammation in particular. But within the last month, I had a patient check her CRP on June 26th, and it was 9.7. Okay. She did one microdose of a GLP injection with our program and checked her CRP the next week. Off meds, one injection, microdose, checks it that same week. Her CRP was like 4.2 in 7 days. And a microdose of a GLP. I've seen someone's CRP that has been my patient for almost a decade be 35 and go down to 9 in a matter of weeks. I have one patient who went on a trip to Mexico. I love this patient. She's one of my faves. Was doing so well, thriving. Went to Mexico, got some infection there, and came home radically inflamed. And when I say radically, I mean she flew all over the country, went to Stanford, went to Mayo, did EBO2 treatment, did anything she could, was miserable. It took her an hour and a half to get out of bed every morning. Her joints were so bad. The only answer was methotrexate and immunosuppressive. I'm like, listen, before you do that, I want you to do a microdose of a GLP. She didn't need to lose weight. Did it within 24 hours. Her inflammation was reduced by 95% subjectively, meaning she could feel that inflammatory reduction. Like she got her life back in 24 hours. And those are not the manifestations in research for Alzheimer's dementia, but that's just another method of inflammation. It's neuroinflammation, and GLP-1s themselves impact inflammation in, I think I found 4 different pathways in research, none of which have to do with weight loss. These things are happening long before people are losing weight. And that's a message I want people to understand. This is not, oh, they're losing weight so they're less inflamed. No, this is happening in hours, days after an injection.
And thank you so much for watching. Now, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. And if you are ready to learn more about perimenopause and how to navigate with a lot of ease and grace, be sure to subscribe to this channel so that you can join our community. Don't forget to share this video with someone that you love, that you know is navigating the perimenopause journey as well, because they deserve to feel their best too. See you in the next video.